Hello and welcome viewers. Today I'll be showing you how to make savory mince quickly. Takes about 30 minutes, 45 if you're really feeling adventurous with it. We're going to start by chopping fresh garlic and a carrot. Hello viewers, now that the chopping is done, we can get to the good part. We'll be from, oh yes, I did chop an onion as well and mixed it up with the onion. So we're going to throw this in first. Careful not to burn yourself. And stir. I will now add the chopped up garlic and spread it out a bit. There we go. You have to stir this continuously for about 3 minutes before you add the meat. Adding in the meat. With the meat now in, I'm going to again consistently stir, break up the meat a bit. We don't want the mince to get stuck together into big clumps. You can use one of those minces if you have one on hand. I don't at the moment, so I'm just squashing it like that. And then of course, every time you throw in something, you're going to want to season it a bit. I will, after this, just going to speed it up a bit because we want to break it up. A tiny bit more olive oil and then your seasoning. Remember, there is going to be fat that cooks out of the meat as well as water content, so you don't need a lot of additional fluids right now. And this is going to be nice and salty. As your mince starts to cook, it will also break up much easier. Stir for about 2 to 3 more minutes. You'll see how it breaks up much easier when it starts to cook a bit, and you'll see there's still a bit of fluid left at the bottom. For savory mince, I always love to use this Bisto, the standard Bisto gravy. I've already mixed it about 4 tablespoons in 350 milliliters of water. That's going to be our last source of fluid, and that's going to thicken it up a bit as well when we introduce heat to it. For now, stir for another minute or 2 and taste, adding a bit more salt and pepper if required. Okay, so all your mince should be brown now, grayish brown color, and you'll have to cook it a bit until you see a bit more of the water evaporate. So we're going to wait and stir it around for another 2 to 3 minutes, depending on how quickly the steam evaporates the water. While we wait, sambal olek, ground chili, pickled chili. This is fantastic. I love using this in my egg fried rice. I've used it just a tablespoon in my meatballs, and now it's time to use it in savory mince. Stir it up a bit and add 1 teaspoon only. This is spicy and I am white, so of course I'm not going to add a lot of this spice, but it does give a fantastic flavor. You'll instantly smell it. Now it's time to stir very well. You don't want a bite with a few chili pieces in it. You just want like this one little piece here, one little piece there, just to give it that extra little kick. Okay, so I'm just going to use about half first. Remember, this is 350 milliliters of water, cold water, and then stirred, and then about 4 to 5 tablespoons of the Bisto mixture. That's gravy mixture. So if you don't have Bisto in your country, use any type of gravy powder. Just remember to use cold water, otherwise it will clump the fuck up and you won't be able to enjoy it at all. It will just be like little pieces of powder mixed in between your mince. So let this simmer on relatively high heat for about 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. You'll see the sauce start to thicken after a while, and you're going to use a smaller spoon like this one to keep on stirring. Having tasted it and seeing how quickly the moisture is evaporating, I'm going to add the last bit of our pesto sauce. Stir it well beforehand. Add it in. There we go. Now keep on stirring. I'm going to add one last bit of salt, just because it didn't taste salt enough for me. If you haven't tasted yours yet, do so now. Do not add more salt if you haven't tasted it, because that's something that differs from person to person, and it might already be too salty for you. So please, consistently while you are stirring, taste, taste, taste. It's the most important thing you can do. You can add more salt, you cannot take salt out of the equation. Pan off, that way you never forget to turn it off. I'm going to just stir it for another minute and then we are done. Just look at that, viewers. Now that's a nice savory mince. This will thicken up even more while it rests. So transfer this to a glass bowl. Don't leave it in the pan, otherwise it's going to burn. Hello viewers, so this is our last part of our video now. I made some toast, it's still a bit hot. You can add butter, I don't really mind, don't need butter with this. And then I'm just going to add our nice savory mince. Yes, yes, this looks beautiful. Okay, so mince is added, and then a bit of cheese. It's always time for a bit of cheese. I grated it freshly just a few minutes ago, and it's thinly grated, so you still want it to melt a bit. Okay, there we go. And now it's time to dig in. Well, first look. Beautiful, right? I think it is. I think it is. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed watching me make savory mince and then eating a little piece of toast, cheese and mince. It was good. So until next time.